A three-count indictment charging Sean Combs with racketeering conspiracy, sex trafficking, interstate transportation for prostitution. The indictment alleges that between at least 2008 and the present, Combs abused, threatened, and coerced victims to fulfill his sexual desires, protect his reputation, and conceal his conduct. As alleged in the indictment, to carry out this conduct, Sean Combs led and participated in a racketeering conspiracy that used the business empire he controlled to carry out criminal activity, including sex trafficking, forced labor, kidnapping, arson, bribery, and the obstruction of justice. Let me say a little bit more about the charges. The indictment alleges that Combs abused and exploited women and other people for years, and in a variety of ways. As alleged, Combs used force, threats of force, and coercion to cause victims to engage in extended sexual performances with male commercial sex workers, some of whom he transported or caused to be transported over state lines. Combs allegedly planned and controlled the sex performances, which he called freak-offs, and he often electronically recorded them. The freak-offs sometimes lasted days at a time, involved multiple commercial sex workers, and often involved a variety of narcotics, such as ketamine, ecstasy, and GHB, which Combs distributed to the victims to keep them obedient and compliant. As alleged, when Combs didn't get his way, he was violent, and he subjected victims to physical, emotional, and verbal abuse so that they would participate in the freak-offs, and that Combs hit, kicked, threw objects at, and dragged victims, at times by their hair.
Combs has been arrested and charged with sex trafficking, racketeering, and transportation to engage in prostitution. So he was arrested on last night, indicted on today. Those indictments were unsealed this morning. He has also been denied bail, so he will remain in custody until his trial. So he'll have to just sit this out. I'm pretty sure he probably thought he was going to be able to get bail and go home, but they do, the judge did state that he is a flight risk, so they have denied bail, so he will remain in custody. I want to go ahead and provide a little bit of backdrop on what's been going on with Diddy Combs within the last probably almost 2 years or so. Remember, he was going through a legal battle with the parent company Diagio, that he was partnering with the Ciroc brand that he was promoting heavily in the early 2000s. I think he went to the partnership into 2007. Well, the business partnership went awry. He was alleging racism, that they weren't pouring into the brand as they said that they would. They were alleging that he wasn't keeping up the end of his bargain, even though they did say he made nearly $1 billion off of the brand over the course of the 15-year relationship. So this was all May of 2023 into June. Fast forward into November of 2023. That's when I was going to call it a landmark, but that's when the lawsuit came out from his former girlfriend, which he disclosed within, I want to say less than 12 hours. He settled this case out of court for an undisclosed amount of money, his ex-girlfriend, Cassie Ventura. So that timeline, I just find it interesting. May of 2023, he puts a $100 million suit against his partner company, Diagio, of the Ciroc brand. And then here comes this suit in November, and now he's being formally charged. Now, we've all seen the tape. I'm pretty sure I'm not going to, implement it here. We've all seen the tape of Diddy beating his girlfriend. He kind of threw her down to, just is no excuse. What he did to her, any type of, abuse to any, not just any woman, but any person, period. So the things that they're alleging that he's done, that he's been indicted on, I definitely cannot condone. But I do find it kind of interesting that he brought this lawsuit, $100 million lawsuit against his parent company of Ciroc, and then for the lawsuit to come out from his ex-girlfriend in November of 2023, and then almost one year later going through with this. So I do find it a little bit interesting. But I do also think, without judgment, I do think the guy is sick. And if he's done what they have alleged that he's done, then you've got to do the time. So I definitely respect the judicial process on this. Again, I don't like to pass judgment on people because I think nobody's perfect, but I definitely think he's a sicko, a wacko, an abuser. Obviously, I can definitely say that because we've all seen that particular tape that circulated earlier on this year. So yeah, but just wanted to bring you up to speed and just kind of put out some information there to see what you think about it. Thanks for watching.